Hi everyone, it's Imogen and welcome back to Colouring Kid. I hope you're all doing well. In today's video I'm going to be sharing what's in my colouring bag for the month of March. I think I've been doing these for a full year now and I really enjoy doing them. And as I always mention, this is inspired by Sammy from Colour and Chat with Sammy, and I love it because it gives me motivation. But also I still allow myself to be flexible. There were some books that were in last month that weren't in the video that I then decided to work in. That usually happens, and I usually show some books that I probably won't get around to, but just to show the variety that's out there, especially since I'm a seasonal colourist, so I always like to add in a few pictures that will fit for whatever season we're in. So I've got a couple of extra spring pictures that ideally I'd like to get to, but I don't think I will. So let's get started. I've got these two whips. I've shown them in the past couple of videos. Didn't get round to them last month, but they are still ongoing. I've got my Trekkie Caramomo colouring book. I've got my polar bear, and it is the March Holbein Madness month that Corey's hosting, and I am using Holbein for this, so I will hopefully get back to this if I can. I do have quite a few buddy colours though that I want to prioritise, but that's always there in the background, and I knew starting it that it would be one that would take a while. And then we've also got Fragile World by Kirby Rosannes. I don't think either Valentina or I did any of this in February, which is absolutely fine. We're at very similar stages with this page at the moment, and my next job are the penguins, but just haven't got any further with those yet. But I am really enjoying it, and I just pick it up when I am in the mood too. Okay, so then we have a whip that I'm actually working on. This is from Shadowscapes by Stephanie Puman-Law, and this was a book that was untouched that I wanted to work in. The reason being is she's actually coming out with a new book this month, and before I got that one I wanted to try out her art style. If I'm honest, her new book is definitely much more my thing, so that's something that I know I will definitely want to work in, but I thought, you know, it'd be pointless getting that if I haven't tried it out. So what I decided to do with this is make this my kind of fun marker book, and then I'll probably use pencil in the new one. It looks fantastic. It's Fairytale based, and lots of animals and nature stuff. So this one I still really do like. There are some great images in it. I just decided to work on the first image and just have fun and not worry too much about the outcome. So I just used probably no more than 8 alcohol markers for this, for my gravy set of 60. And I used also one of my Tombow Fudenosuke pens just for all of the black, because I didn't want to use a fine liner, but also a marker wouldn't have been able to get into these tiny areas. And I just went with really fantasy-like colours. Obviously, I think this is meant to be grass and vines and things like that. Didn't stick to that at all. I quite like the blacked out area, actually. That was just something fun I decided to do. And then, yeah, I used a few fine liners and then the marker. So this really is just a book to play around in. And I need to add a background, so it's still a whip at the moment. But this is something that I decided to work on. So I will look at the flip through again, but I definitely am leaning towards getting Stephanie's new book. So that's a work in progress at the moment. Probably only got pastel really to add to that in the background, or I might think of something else. So then I have a whip in Meine Reise durch Europa by Rita Berman that I want to continue working on. This is, well, I've called it Paris Love. And I'm hoping to finish the heart by the end of this month and possibly then start working on the cats. If I don't get round to this page, that's fine. I do have her one of her other books that I would quite like to work in. So if I end up doing that instead, that's fine. But I think, as I mentioned when I was working on this page in February, if I'm always constantly colouring something by Rita Berman, and if I only do one page, that is absolutely fine, but at least I'm starting to fill up this beautiful book. So yeah, it would be great to be able to finish this. There is a video, Colouring Quandaries video, which is a new series I'm doing about how I picked the colour palette for this picture. So I do have all of the colours ready to go. So that's really good, and I'm glad that I finished the background. That was something that I was working on. So yeah, that's my WIP, and then this is the page that I could potentially get to. We'll see. That's the book I'm always working on. The other book I'm always working on is the I Believe in Fairies colouring postcards by Clara Markova, and I would really like to do this one. So I was looking at a couple that I would potentially want to do. We're coming into spring now, and I just thought I've done quite a few with fairies, lots of the spring ones and the summer ones, so I thought it'd be really nice to do one with the bird, and I just really like this. There's quite a few elements to it, so I will need to think carefully about my colour palette, but I'm really excited to hopefully get to this. If I don't get to it this month, that's fine. I'm not too stressed if I don't get to it, because obviously colouring is a hobby, it's fun, and these aren't set in stone, but this is one of the things that I'm focusing on for this year, so it'd be really nice to get to this if I can. I didn't get to a postcard in January, but I did do this one in February, so ideally I'd like to be on track to do another 12 by the end of this year, so ideally one a month, but if that doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. So yeah, that's the one I'm hoping to do. Then I have another WIP from my gorgeous new colouring book, and this is by Mikiko Inotome. It is the Wild Mouse Eures Adventure Sketch, and I've already done a picture in this. I did it in February, and this was a fairly simple page. It was a buddy colour with Anne. I mentioned in my completed pages we were both colouring this picture at the same time by chance, so we decided to make this a buddy colour. I absolutely love how hers turned out and how both of ours are really different. And then we're also doing this one as a buddy colour, because originally in my flip through I said this would definitely be one of the first pictures that I did, so I have literally just started this. I had about 5 minutes before I went to college this morning, and I just put a base down and started adding shadow. So for the most part this is going to have the same, well, some of the same colours as my bird. So the flowers and the nest and the leaves and everything are going to be the same here. So these flowers, I think they're the same, or I'm making them the same. So the nest I've already done, and those I've already sorted. And then I just need to figure out the colour palette for the hedgehog, who I absolutely love, and Yuri. And also the chicks come back in a couple of pages as well. And the bunny, I think, is maybe a one-off character. But I will be referencing the colours that are given in these front pages, because I'd like to make them as close to the character if I can. And I believe Mikiko, if he coloured them, used Holbein's, so it should be really easy to match up the colours and try and come up with something similar. So this is the one I'm working on. I'm hoping to get it finished in March. We were again not giving ourselves a strict timeline, but I suggested maybe before Easter we could finish it, because it's a, you know, it's quite an Eastery page with the Easter eggs. But we're coming into spring. I'm definitely in a spring mood, so this will be one that I will be eager to do. So I'll be continuing that hopefully soon. And then I have a couple more buddy colours, which again we're giving ourselves the goal. Well, this one that I'm showing is for March and April, and the next one will be up until Easter. So this is the Circle of Life colouring book by Melpomene Chatsapanagiti, and this is a buddy colour with Michelle, and I'm so excited to be doing a buddy colour with her. And I don't think I've tagged it. She sent some pages through, because really I love any of these pages, and in the end we went for this one, this gorgeous safari one. And I thought this would be something quite nice to do just to break away from spring, because I haven't actually done any of the safari type pictures in this book, and I just thought it would be lovely to use some warm colours and, you know, colour some animals. And I can just envisage this being in, yeah, quite yellowy golden colours, and then the water as well being blue. So I can't wait to get back to this. I haven't coloured a picture in a while, and also Melpomene is coming out with a new book, the Nature Mandalas one, and I think I'll wait to see a flip through for that, because although I love her style, I'm quite picky sometimes with mandalas just because I don't get that much time to colour, so if it's something that doesn't repeat too often, then I'm fine with it. But it's just, I don't know, if they're too intricate and stuff, the likelihood of me being able to sit through colouring a whole one is pretty unlikely. But we'll see. I love her style, and I really do love this book, so I'm very happy to be completing another page in here. So I may only be able to start this month. These pages tend to take me quite a bit of time, so we'll see. It may be a whip, but if I can get it done by the end of April, that would be fabulous. And then I'm also doing a buddy colour with Mara. I've done one with her actually in Circle of Life, but we are doing a buddy colour in the Nina Stadger colouring book. I think she might have a different book, but it's got the same image in it that we're doing. So we've picked the Easter one. Again, the pages she picked, they were all gorgeous. And in the end we went for this one. It will be really good, you know, tying in with Easter, and it will give me a bit of time as well because Easter's quite late. I think it's April 17th, so that's really good. It gives me a month and a half. I'll definitely be able to get it finished. This is one that I will probably prioritise as well, along with the Wild Mouse Ururu page, because they are directly, you know, spring and Easter. But yeah, I love this one. And I did an Easter page in Symphony of Cute Animals, which was based on the Betty's chocolate Easter eggs, and I think I'll do the same sort of thing. They've done some amazing designs, and I love Betty's. It's a shop where we used to live in Harrogate, and they're stunning. So I definitely think I'll be taking inspiration from that, and also just generally Nina's colour palettes. So definitely I can envisage like olive greens, light browns for the animals, maybe a pale blue sky or a yellow or something, and pink. Just quite soft colour palette, I think. Sort of neutral. That's kind of what I did for this Halloween one, but obviously it was slightly different because that's autumnal. But yeah, I can't wait to do that. And speaking of Symphony of Cute Animals, I have a page that I've been meaning to get to for a while. My cousin Rosie and I were doing this fun challenge, and this page was picked randomly, and I do have a clip from a while ago when we filmed it. So yeah, I'm going to be doing this page, and I did show it in, I may have shown it in quite a few bag videos. I don't know why I've taken that off, I'll keep it on. But yeah, I've been meaning to get to it for a while, and I thought now's the perfect opportunity because it's spring. So it definitely inspired me when I saw it, and reminded me of Peter Rabbit. So I think I'll definitely take inspiration from that, and that should help massively. I mean, lots of the stuff, to me, you know, I'll do green for the grass, some brown here, brown and grey for the bunnies, probably blue here to mimic Peter Rabbit, blue for the sky. You know, I can kind of place where the colours will go, so it should be a fairly simple page in that sense to choose the colour palette. I probably won't do anything too out of the ordinary, but this was the Easter page I was talking about that I did last year, so I haven't worked in this for a while, but Prismacolors seemed to work really well in this book, so I think I'll stick to those, although I don't want to end up with the same green colour palettes, so I may have to debate about that. But yeah, can't wait to do this one. It will definitely take me quite a bit of time because it's fairly detailed, but it's a very, very cute page. And then finally I have two that I probably won't get to, but it'd be really nice if I could, either this month or next month. So we have mine, Frühling Spaziergang by Rita Berman. As I mentioned, this was the other book, and there are so many cute spring pictures in here. Quite a few that are linked to Easter, and then others that are just spring pictures. And I really like this one in particular because it's quite pared back compared to some of her other pictures. So she's got a couple of these running throughout her books, I think, and I really like just the simplicity of it, the thin line art, the fact that there's room for blends or to add your own designs. And I think this would, in theory, be quite a, you know, simple, quick picture to do, but would still look really pretty. And especially in those times where I do just want to do a simple background and blend and just put colour to paper. So, you know, that would be great for that. And I haven't actually worked in this book yet. The pages I would love to get to at some point are these two, and also the big double spread, which I just know will take so much time. But I thought I'd pick something that is spring-like, not something directly Eastery, because I've got a couple of those, you know, with the Easter eggs in the Eures colouring book, and also the Nina Stagster. And the next one I'm going to show you is also Eastery based. So I thought I would just pick something really delicate and pretty that I may be able to get to at some point. So that's that one. So the final one I have to share with you is from Beyond the Fairytale World colouring book by Eures. Again, I really want to work in this again at some point before I feel the need to get Eures' new book. As much as I love her artwork, and as much as I love the new book, like, there are some amazing images in it, I just feel like it would be pointless getting it straight away when I've only done one page in this book. I'm really, really chuffed with the page that I've done in this, which is why I'm slightly intimidated to work in it again, just in case it's not quite the same. But yeah, I want to fully appreciate this book before I, you know, jump to get the new one. So the one that I'd really like to do in here, did I tag it? No, that's not the right one. It is an Eastery page. No, why can't I find it? The other thing I was going to say was the reason I love this book in particular is the paper. It is fantastic. Like, the paper quality is amazing, and I'm hoping that the new book would be the same paper. So this was the one I had picked out, and I thought it would be a great opportunity to use some of my new Kaliro paints. I went crazy with my Kaliro paints that I got last year on that picture. But yeah, this one would be very simple. I would use Prismacolors again, do a simple background, and then lots of the areas I'd probably use Kaliro paint, because I've just got some new colours, and also I could play around with Rebecca's paints from the Art Spirits. But I have definitely a deep purple that would look nice, a pink, a teal blue. I can just envisage some colours that would look really cool for accents for the eggs. So I think when I translated this page, these are meant to be the chicks of the golden hen, if that's right, from Jack and the Beanstalk. So it is linked, but I love the fact that she's made it more Eastery. Really like that. So yeah, that's a potential page, but it will definitely be in my April to colour, April bag video if I don't do it in March. And also we have the Easter holidays in April, although I will be preparing for my end of year exams. I'm hoping that, as well as revising, I can have some time to colour as well. So because it sits pretty much, well, Easter's sort of in the middle of it, so that would give me a bit of time to be able to do some Easter pages. But yeah, that's everything I have to share with you. I love these videos. I like seeing other people's plans as well. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed watching. You know, as always, I really, really appreciate it. And, you know, it makes my day that people enjoy watching. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.